Richie Benaud was an Australian cricketer who, after his retirement from international cricket in 1964, became a highly regarded commentator on the game. Benaud was a Test cricket all-rounder, blending thoughtful leg spin bowling with lower-order batting aggression. Along with fellow bowling all-rounder Alan Davidson, he helped restore Australia to the top of world cricket in the late 1950s and early 1960s after a slump in the early 1950s. In 1958 he became Australia's Test captain until his retirement in 1964. Gideon Haigh described him as perhaps the most influential cricketer and cricket personality since the Second World War. In his review of Benaud's autobiography Anything But, Sri Lankan cricket writer Harold de Andrado wrote, "Richie Benaud, possibly next to Sir Don Bradman, has been one of the greatest cricketing personalities as player, researcher, writer, critic, author, organiser, advisor, and student of the game." Early in his career, he hit 100 runs against the West Indies in 78 minutes, the third fastest Test century of all time, in terms of minutes at the crease, not balls faced, and the second fastest by an Australian. Benaud was in charge for the inaugural 1960-61 Frank Worrell Trophy against the West Indies, a series that included the famous tied Test. Benaud's highest Test score of 122 was made against South Africa, Johannesburg, 1957–1958. His best Test bowling effort of 7 for 72 was against India, Madras, 1956–1957. He captained Australia in 28 Tests, 12 wins, 11 draws, 1 tie, 4 losses. In 1963 he became the first player to complete the Test double of 200 wickets and 2,000 runs. He was one of only 10 Australian cricketers to have scored more than 10,000 runs and taken more than 500 wickets in first-class cricket. He ended his Test career in Sydney with statistics of 248 wickets, the Test record at that time, at 27.03 and 2,201 runs at 24.45. In 1967, Benaud married Daphne Surf-Leet, who had worked for the English cricket writer E. W. Swanton. On October 29, 2008, Benaud's mother Irene died, aged 104. He said of his mother, "She improved my love of vegetables by introducing the phrase, 'You can't go out and play cricket until you have eaten all your vegetables.'" In October 2013, Benaud crashed his vintage 1963 Sunbeam Alpine into a wall whilst driving in the Coogee area of Sydney. He sustained a cracked sternum and shoulder injuries. Slow recovery meant he was unable to commentate for Australia's Channel 9 during the 2013-2014 Ashes Test Series. In November 2014, at age 84, Benaud announced that he was diagnosed with skin cancer. He died in his sleep on April 10, 2015. Prime Minister Tony Abbott offered him a state funeral.